Hi everyone, and welcome to ItsLeiaHunter. My name is Leia, and for me, makeup is how I decompress, how I create, and how I feel like I'm actually making something instead of consuming everything around me. My videos are calm, real, and a little escape. I'm glad that y'all are here. So in this video, my mic had died as soon as I got started, so I'll be doing a voiceover today. Y'all are going to see me yapping, however, you're not going to be able to hear anything from the original video. So I'm starting off with my eyebrows already done, and I used the Revolution Beauty Fluffy Brow Filter Duo in Granite, and I used the Melt Cosmetics Max Hold Brow Gel. To prime, I used the Fashion Fair Skin Priming Serum. So I feel like I've been having a lot going on in my personal life, and I honestly haven't done my makeup in a while, and I was like, for I would say maybe over a decade now, makeup is really how I escape. Oh, excuse me. So now I'm using the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Concealer in Tan Neutral just to prime my eyelids. I'm honestly not a huge fan of this concealer, but I do like it to prime my eyelids. But as I was saying, it's just I've been having a lot going on, and so I went back to my roots and started doing my makeup again. Again, just for a little escape. And it's nothing like making yourself feel beautiful outside, because you kind of fake it until you make it. I'll feel pretty outside, so then hopefully it'll influence the inside. But yeah, I've just been having personal issues in my life. And again, makeup is how I escape. So now I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the lip palette. I am going to use the shade number 9, which is the purple, to just put a base down on my eyelids. So I actually use this palette for more than just the lips. I use it everywhere. I use the black for my eyebrows. I sometimes actually use it on my lips, like I will later today, but most of the time I use it like as a blush palette. And that's because I really don't wear lipstick that much anymore like I did when this palette had first came out. And so I like to use my makeup in multiple ways, because I feel like makeup should be used multiple ways. That's really how you get bang for your buck, in my opinion. But yeah, personally, just going through a lot of things. Like the other day, I believe it's a week now, we actually had to put our dog down, which I know y'all are just like, you just said this was supposed to be relaxing, but you're kind of depressing me, which I understand. But yeah, I just haven't been feeling or thinking the best. I feel like my thoughts are scattered. I'm also about to graduate in a couple of days with my bachelor's degree, which is, I know it's kind of exciting, but realistically, with the job market the way that it is, and I'm graduating with a social science degree, psychology degree, I just kind of feel a little stuck, but I do have a plan. I'm gonna go back to school for nursing. Um, it's a lot. Like, you did the time to get the degree, but then, there's really no jobs, and then the jobs that are available, they're not paying any money. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, I've worked since I was 12. I've always had a job. Even though when I was 12, I was working for my mom, but like, I've always worked. Alright, so now I'm going to be using the Primrose palette. This is also by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the shades I'm gonna be using on my eyes is gonna be Claret, Deep Berry, Primrose, and Rouge. And the shade that I'm using now, I believe, is Claret. But yes, so like I was saying, like the job field is interesting, and people be like, well, you don't have experience. I'm like, I've always had a job, and then especially like I'm getting my degree a little late. Like I'm almost 30 now, but like it's never actually late to get education. I just feel a little stuck, especially like in psychology. You really don't make money unless you have a master's or doctorate. Um, but yeah, so I'm just gonna go back to school for nursing because that job will always be in demand, and I also it will open up the mental health world to me as well, because I realize looking at jobs, a lot of jobs and organizations that work with mental health, they actually want you to be a registered nurse. So currently that's my plan right now, just to go back um, for nursing, just to open up some doors for me. I'm gonna go back to school to get my bachelor's of science in nursing. Um, really just so, because I do feel kind of stuck with this degree, and that is not a good feeling, especially when you put in so much work and money and time into something and you know you really worked for it. Alright, and now I think I'm about to go into the shade Deep Berry. Yes, and I'm really just deepening that outer V there. I do believe I'm gonna go into the crease just a little bit where I put the claret at, but not a lot. It's really just to deepen this outer V, make it look a little nicer and put together. But I love the way that the purple, the lipstick from the palette, really, like, I love the base that it created. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know whether or not I should have actually put on the elf concealer underneath. I do think that it probably made it pop a little more, especially because my eyelids are darker than the rest of my face. But I don't know. At least it didn't cake up, which I'm really happy about. Alright, now I'm going into the shade Primrose, and I'm going to put that all over the top of my lid, especially where I had put the lipstick base at. And I'm going to kind of stop when I get to the deep berry color in the outer V. But yes, enough about me. How are y'all doing? I know that the world is crazy and a lot of people are tired and they feel like they have no hope. Trust and believe me, I am in the same place. Alright, and so now I'm going to be using the shade, I believe it's Rouge, and that's just to blend everything out. But yeah, but if y'all ever need someone to talk to, honestly, I really don't talk that much. But if like you want to just leave a comment, most definitely will get back to y'all. Alright, y'all, and now I'm about to go in with my Tier foundation. This is the Mask Fit Red Cushion, and this shade is Ebony. I am going to be honest, I do not like this shade. I do like the foundation itself. I like that it's lightweight, but you can see that it is a little bit darker than my skin, and I believe that it makes me look a little gray. Because at first I was like, okay, I can deal with the fact that it's darker, but I do think it makes me look ashy, and I think that that influenced the way that my makeup overall looked, because of course this is the foundation, kind of like you're building a house. Like, the foundation, if you're going to wear it, is important. And so, like, you're about to see, like, you see the color is just like a little gray, and I personally do not like that. So I am probably going to take it back to exchange it. I did see a different color that I think would work better for me at Ulta. But I do like this. I love that it's lightweight. I think this is going to be really good for the summertime. Um, but yes, I'm gonna take it back. Alright, and so now going back to this lip palette, like I said, I usually use it as blush, which is what I'm about to do now. And I'll be using the shades 3 and 4 to put on my cheeks. I have no clue what I am talking about at all. Like, I was just cutting up talking to y'all, but I did not know that my mic had died. But yes, if y'all want to see any other types of videos or a look that y'all would like for me to do, just let me know. I love makeup. I love all types of looks. The other day I went to the thrift store and I saw this young lady. She had full blown traditional gothic makeup, like with the pale white and the black. Like, I loved it. And I do want to try that one day. Because I don't know if y'all, you probably can't tell, but when I was in middle school and high school, I was actually very alternative. Um, so one day I might actually go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna be honest, a lot of my makeup is actually stored, like it's in storage. Like, I have so much makeup. I'm sorry. So right now I'm putting on the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer. This is the shade 11. And then on top of that, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in RN7. But yes, a lot of my makeup is in storage, like it's packed up. And so I just have makeup that I left out that I really want to go through. And then I just keep buying stuff. Um, I just keep buying things. I need to stop and save my money. But yes, whenever, I'm hoping that soon I'll be able to move out of my parents' house. But again, the way the economy and jobs and just everything is set up right now, I don't really know when it's gonna happen. But I'm hoping soon, because I do want to get my makeup out. Because I have so much makeup and so many different looks that I want to do. But just let me know if there's anything that y'all want to see. Alright, and I'm taking the Real Techniques. This is that sponge that has that like fingertip technology on it. And when I first saw it in Ulta, I was like, nah, like, that's stupid. But then it was on sale at ikatehouse.com, and I don't know if y'all remember that website, but like, they used to come in clutch so much, like a couple years ago for me. But I got this off of there. It was on sale, and I bought one for me and my sister. She used hers first, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love it." I was like, okay, alright, we'll try it. I actually do like this. I like it a lot, actually. So I'm gonna continue going ahead and blending that out. Alright, and now I'm going to go in with some setting powder. So this one I'm showing you now is something that I got from Dollar Tree. This is the Prolux Cosmetics Matte Setting Powder in Honey. I also just got the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder in translucent, which is the one I'm using now. I love it. Like I love this powder so much. Because I am extra, I am gonna put the Prolux on top of it, which I do really like the color. However, it really is matte, and to me, it did dry me out a little bit underneath my under eyes. So I probably should not have put that on top of another, um, the top of another um, setting powder. And so I'm gonna keep playing around with it, but I do like it, and it was, I think it really was only like $1.25 or $1.50, right? And then this is just me taking um, a huge brush and just dusting on some setting powder all over my face. And then this is the extra moment I was talking about how I am gonna put it over top. But you see, it did brighten me up a lot underneath. And I love that. And I don't know if any of y'all can see what I was talking about with the foundation, about how it does kind of give me like an ashy look, which this setting powder does not complement. Like, it still looks nice. However, knowing me and how I usually wear my makeup, it's just interesting to see me looking like this, even though it doesn't look bad. Alright, and again, this is me saying most makeup should be able to be used in other ways. I'm using the Juvia's Place, the Chocolates eyeshadow palette to contour, and I actually have like 3 of these palettes, and is because I like to use one to contour, one for actual eyeshadow. And so I use that shade that I pointed to, and I use it to bronze my face. And I have so many bronzing palettes, I always come back to using this one shade to bronze. And like, you'll see the difference from that side versus the other side of my face. Like, it looks so good. I love using this for that. Alright, and now I'm going to take that same shade and I'm going to run it down the sides of my nose and up into my eyebrows just to contour my nose slightly. And then before I did this, I actually took whatever was left on that huge fluffy brush I used to bronze and I ran it down my jawline just to give it a slight contour, slight bronze. And now we are doing the same thing to the other side, just contouring slightly, and again, just moving up into the eyebrow. Alright, now we're going back to the Primrose palette, and I'm taking that same deep berry shade, and I'm gonna run it underneath my bottom lash line. And this is just to make everything look cohesive, and also because I really like my under lash line darkened. Alright, just to deepen it a little more, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeliner pencil, and this is in the shade Baby Scott Black, which is super cute. after I finish putting the black pencil underneath both of my eyes, I am now going to go back to the Anastasia Primrose palette, and I'm going to use the shade Claret on my cheeks for my blush. It's such a beautiful color, and since I did put it on the eyes, it makes everything looks cohesive and put together. Alright, and now I'm showing you just a regular brush, and this is how I make everything kind of blend together. I just take a semi-clean brush and just press everything into the skin. And now you can do this before or after you put on setting spray. I didn't put any setting spray on today because I honestly have no clue where it is, and because I was not going anywhere. This was just me doing something to feel a little better, and I didn't want to waste any setting spray. Alright, now I am going to go ahead and put on some mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. And I'm just brushing my eyelashes down because my eyelashes actually grow up and kind of like back into my eyelid, and so it makes it really hard to put on false lashes. So I coat them downwards so then my lashes will go easy. You know, these are just some random lashes, like lashes that you get that they give you when like you buy some hair and they randomly just put some lashes in there. These are those. But yeah, I actually really like these. Usually I hate those lashes that they give out, but I like these because they're really full and dramatic. I'm not gonna lie though, they are really stiff, but I like them. And I think that they did its job for this look. Alright, once again, we are going back to the Primrose palette. However, I'm going to be using the shade Rose Water just to highlight. And I honestly only highlight my nose and underneath my eyes now. And that's honestly sometimes. And that's because, like, highlighter has just never really been my thing in any spot other than those. Like, I don't like putting them on my cheeks because I already have high cheekbones and I already have big cheeks. Alright, and so we're going back to those Wet n Wild, well, to the Wet n Wild pencil. However, now I'm going to be using both the Baby's Got Black and the Pretty in Mink. I love both of these shades. I love these pencils so much. Like, I love them so much. And they're super cheap. Okay, and now this is me using the Pretty in Mink, which is a dark brown. I know you can't really see, but I'm just going underneath the black that I put down first, just to kind of make a gradient effect, especially because I am going to be going back to the Anastasia Lip palette, and I'm going to be putting lipstick on. And so it's just making things, making things a lot more cohesive is the word of the day. But this is shade number 3, which I also did put on my cheeks. Again, word cohesive. Yep. Alright, and now I'm taking any random natural toned lip gloss that you have will work for this. And so a little about me, I used to make lip gloss like a really long time ago. And so I still have some stuff left over, but this is the shade. Like anything that's kind of natural tone, this one does have like some hues of pinks and purples, which again goes fantastic for this look that we're doing today. But anything will go. Clear will go. Any form of lip gloss. And then me using my finger is also helping blend everything together as well. Alright, y'all, and that's it. I believe that's what I just said. Alright, that's it. This is the look. Just to make me feel a little better, make me feel a little cuter. Thank y'all so much for watching this. I only have like 3 subscribers, so whoever watches this, like, thank y'all so much. Great day. Thank you.